lamp is turned off and the cover's pulled high, no need for a word neath the vast starry sky.
The unspoken goodnight
is a touch on the arm, a warmth in the darkness, a quiet sure charm. Your breathing grows deeper, a rhythm I know, as I watch the moon's path on the floor, soft and slow.
The unspoken goodnight says it all as the evening shadows fall. It's a language of comfort, of trust and of peace, where all of the daily commotions find their release. The unspoken goodnight says it all. A sigh of contentment, a shift on the sheet, the feeling of togetherness, tender and sweet. The dog at the foot of the bed gives a thump as he settles his own furry, comfortable lump. No sweet dreams are needed, the silence will do to say everything, darling, between me and you. The unspoken goodnight says it all as the evening shadows fall. It's a language of comfort, of trust and of peace, where all of the daily commotions find their release. The unspoken goodnight says it all.
After decades of living and loving this way,
Some things don't need voicing at the end of the day.
they're woven in closeness, in knowing, in grace, in the look on your face, in this quiet dark space.
The unspoken goodnight says it all as the evening shadows fall. It's a language of comfort, of trust and of peace, where all of the daily commotions find their release. The unspoken goodnight says it all.
Good night, silent, deep and true,
As I fall asleep with you.
on my father's old forearm from a Navy time year. An anchor and rope now are fading from here.
The fading tattoo
In his weathered brown skin, is a story of places that he had been in.
The lines are now softened, the blue turned to gray, a memory dissolving in the light of the day.
The fading tattoo tells a tale that's growing slightly pale, of a young man's adventure on a wide open sea, now anchored right here next to Mama and me.
The fading tattoo tells a tale. He lets me trace over it with my small childish hand, as he tells me of ports in a faraway land,
of waves like tall mountains, of friends left behind, a whole other lifetime that I try to find. In the blur of the ink and the look in his eye, under our own peaceful country sky, the fading tattoo tells a tale that's growing sadly pale, of a young man's adventure on a wide open sea, now anchored right here next to Mama and me.
the fading tattoo tells a tale.
They say tattoos are permanent, etched in for good,
But maybe the best ones are misunderstood,
to fade with the person, to blend and to blur, becoming a part of the quiet they were. The fading tattoo tells a tale that's growing slightly pale, of a young man's adventure on a wide open sea, now anchored right here next to Mama and me.
the fading tattoo tells a tale.
Fading in, soft and deep, while the old sailor sleeps. It hangs on the wall, simple oak and some brass, the old 22 resting on green velvet grass. The unlocked gun rack with its doors standing wide is a statement of peace we hold deep down inside. It's not about fear here, it's part of the land, a tool for the varmints held in a steady hand. The unlocked gun rack by the door isn't asking for trouble or war, it's just a fact of life like the plow or the hoe. A part of the rhythm unlocked gun rack by the door. I learned how to shoot at the age of just 10, at tin cans on fences again and again. My dad's patient coaching on safety and breath was a deeper lesson on life and on death. Respect for the power and knowing the need is a quiet, short, country kind of a creed. The unlocked gun rack by the door isn't asking for trouble or war. It's just a fact of life, like the plow or the hoe. A part of the rhythm of a life that we know. The unlocked gun rack by the door. Outsiders might see it and not understand the peace that it represents in this quiet land. It's not for the people, it's for the coyote's call, and it's always been there, hanging straight on the wall. The unlocked gun rack by the door isn't asking for trouble or war. It's just a fact of life, like the plow or the hoe. A part of the rhythm of the life that we know. The unlocked gun rack by the door. Gun rack, oh, what's so smooth? A simple, quiet truth. Paint's flaking off, but you still can just see the letters of Miller where the J used to be. The forgotten name on the mailbox by the old county road. Tales of a family that once here abode. They moved on to city some 30 years back, leaving their initial in fading old black. The forgotten name on the mailbox remains through the sunshine and the rains. A ghost of a neighbor, a whisper in the cycle of who lives here now and who did way back when. The forgotten name on the mailbox remains. I paint over it every few years with our own, but the ghost of the Miller still likes to be shown. Through the white of the new paint, a faint shadowy trace, like a memory refusing to leave this good place. I don't sand it off fully, I let it reside, a respectful companion on the roadside. The forgotten name on the mailbox remains through the sunshine and the rain. in the cycle of who lives here now and who did way back when. The forgotten name on the mailbox remains. We're all just a name on a box for a while, adding our chapter to this pastoral mile. And maybe the kindest thing those who come next can do is let a small part of our story shine through. The forgotten name on the mailbox remains. Through the sunshine and the rains, a ghost of a neighbor, a whisper of them, in the cycle of who lives here now and who did way back when. The forgotten name on the mailbox remains. Forgotten name, faint and true, under the sky so blue.
Pantry shelves looking a little bit bare. Just one glass soldier left in the cool morning air. With its lid and its ring is a promise of summer, the very last thing from the bounty we put up when the garden was high. Now waiting for cherries and new strawberry pie. The last canning jar empty on the shelf is a quiet reminder of ourselves, of the work that we did in the heat of the sun, preserving the goodness till the year was all done. The last canning jar empty on the shelf. I take it down gently, wash the dust from its side. See the ghost of green beans 23 where the labels now die. It chimes with the others as I place it in line, ready for picking of the new Concord grapevine. The cycle continues, the empty means more than a full one could mean from some cold grocery store. The last canning jar empty on the shelf is a quiet reminder of ourselves, of the work that we did in the heat of the sun, preserving the goodness till the year was all done. The last canning jar empty glass jar clean, waiting bright for the summer's new light.
You don't need a sign posted. Everyone knows how the whole tiny system in this small town goes. The unwritten rule of the diner on a Tuesday at 8 is you give up your booth if you see someone wait, who's older than you are, or burdened or slow. It's just how things are done here, a respectful, soft flow. The unwritten rule of the diner is kind. It's a thread that you constantly find in the hit, how are you doings, the coffee pot share, in the quiet assumption that everybody has cared. The unwritten rule of the diner is kind. The waitress named Betty, she knows what you'll drink before you sit down at the chipped porcelain sink, and she'll bring it with a smile and ask about your grandkid and stay for a while. If you're short on the money, you pay what you can. It's a living slow, gentle, and practical plan. The unwritten rule of the diner is kind. It's a thread that you constantly find in the how are you doings, the coffee pot share, in the quiet assumption that everybody has cared. The unwritten rule of the diner is kind. In a world ruled by contracts and fine printed lines, this economy of decency constantly shines. In a greasy spoon under a flickering neon light, where humanity's doing just about right. The unwritten rule of the diner is kind. It's a thread that you constantly find in the how are you doings, the coffee pot shared, in the quiet assumption that everybody has cared. The unwritten rule of the diner is kind. Unwritten rule, soft and true, in a booth meant for two. The loft is near empty, the bells are mostly gone. Fed out through the winter, from dusk until dawn. Is a sweet dusty ghost that lingers the longest, that matters the most. It smells of hot sunshine and long summer days, of cutting and raking in 1,000 ways. The fading scent of hay in the air is a tangible, fragrant prayer for seasons of labor, for growth and for yield, for the bounty provided by this weathered old field. The fading scent of hay in the air. I climb up the ladder and sit in the last light that slants through the cracks, painting motes golden bright. Through the open loft door, then back to the rafters and her young ones once more. I breathe deep the remnant, this essence of June, and know that new hay will be coming soon. The fading scent of hay in the air is a tangible, fragrant prayer for seasons of labor, for growth and for yield, for the bounty provided by this weathered old field. The fading scent of hay in the air. They make fancy perfumes in labs far away, but they can't capture this at the end of the day. This perfume of purpose, of life and of sweat, the best smell in the world that I know of yet. The fading scent of hay in the air is a tangible, fragrant prayer for seasons of labor, for growth and for yield, for the bounty provided by this weathered old field. The fading scent of hay in the air. I sense soft, almost gone, under the setting sun. It's not on a map with a dotted red line, but my feet know it well, and the knowing is mine. The unmarked hunting trail through the thick of the brush is a quiet communion, a familiar rush of branches that part in a certain sure way, leading to a clearing at the break of the day. The unmarked hunting trail knows my tread and the quiet thoughts in my head. It's not always about hunting, it's about being alone with the creak of the the trees and the pine cones soft drone. The unmarked hunting trail knows my tread. I'll sit on a stump that's been there for years and watch as the morning light slowly beats. A deer may step softly through the mist and the fern, a lesson in stillness that I've come to learn. The goal isn't pulling a trigger, you see, it's remembering who I was meant to be. The unmarked hunting trail knows my tread, and the quiet thoughts in my head. It's not always about hunting, it's about being alone, with the creak of the trees and the pine cones soft drone. The unmarked hunting trail knows my tread. We blaze so many trails for the whole world to see, but the ones that just wander mean the most to me. They don't lead to a summit with a panoramic view, but to a quiet small piece that feels ancient and true. The unmarked hunting trail knows my tread, and the quiet thoughts in my head. It's not always about hunting, it's about being alone, with the creak of the trees and the pine cones soft drone. The unmarked hunting trail knows my tread. Unmarked trail, deep and dim, leading me back to him.
The fire has died to a deep glowing red, just a single black lump on a ashy white bed. Holds the night's final heat, a companion for thoughts that are gentle and sweet. It pulses like embers from a heart underground, the very last warmth that is easily found. The last coal in the stove burns so slow, with a deep inner determined glow. It's not for the cooking, it's not for the light, just for keeping the spirit warm through the night. The last coal in the stove burns so slow. I open the door to the iron beast's maw and watch the faint shimmer with reverent awe. It winks like an eye from a prehistoric dream, a fossilized stone. With a lingering beam, I'll bang soul cold can do, of endurance, of patience, of holding your fire for the quiet, deep needs of the soul's own desire. The last coal in the stove burns so slow, with a deep inner determined glow. It's not for the cooking, it's not for the light, just for keeping the spirit warm through the night. The last coal in the stove burns so slow. Last coal blows deep and sure, a quiet, slow burning cure.
It doesn't care that the fastest way straight. It takes its own time, it decides its own fate. The unhurried river's bend is a wide, graceful arc through the cottonwood stands, leaving its mark on the sandbars and eddies in a slow, patient arc that soothes any hurry inside of my heart. The unhurried river's bend shows the way to live out a beautiful day, not fighting the landscape, but flowing along to the rhythm of nature's own patient song. The unhurried river's bend shows the way. I put in my canoe at the rifle upstream and let the current fulfill my most lazy dream of going precisely where the water decides, with the banks as my guides and the sky opening wide. Around every curve is a new peaceful scene, a gallery painted in shimmering green. The unhurried river's bend shows the way to live out a beautiful day, not fighting the landscape, but flowing along to the rhythm of nature's own patient song. The unhurried river's bend shows the way. We're taught to be direct, to push and to strive, but the river gets there and it makes us feel more alive by accepting the contours, by trusting the flow, and understanding that sometimes the long way is slow and right. The unhurried river's bend shows the way to live out a beautiful day, not fighting the landscape, but flowing along to the rhythm of nature's own patience song. The unhurried river's bend shows the way. The river bends wide and deep, promises to keep.
On my father's old forearm from a Navy time year, an anchor and rope now are fading from here. Fading tattoo in his weathered brown skin is a story of places that he had been in. The lines are now softened, the blue turned to gray, a memory dissolving in the light of the day. The fading tattoo tells a tale that's growing slightly pale, of a young man's adventure on a wide open sea, now anchored right here next to Mama and me. The fading tattoo tells a tale. He lets me trace over it with my small childish hand as he tells me of ports in a faraway land,
Of waves like tall mountains, of friends left behind, a whole other lifetime that I try to find in the blur of the ink and the look in his eye under our own peaceful country sky. The fading tattoo tells a tale that's growing slightly pale, of a young man's adventure on a wide open sea, now anchored right here next to Mama and me. The fading tattoo tells a tale. They say tattoos are permanent, etched in for good, or maybe the best ones are misunderstood. To fade with the person, to blend and to blur, becoming a part of the quiet they were. The fading tattoo tells a tale that's growing slightly pale, of a young man's adventure on a wide open sea, now anchored right here next to Mama and me. The fading tattoo tells a tale. Fading ink, soft and deep, while the old sailor sleeps. It hangs on the wall, simple oak and some brass, The old 22 resting on green velvet grass. The unlocked gun rack with its doors standing wide is a statement of peace we hold deep down inside. It's not about fear here, it's part of the land, a tool for the varmints held in a steady hand. The unlocked gun rack by the door isn't asking for trouble or war. It's just a fact of life, like the plow or the hoe, a part of the rhythm of the life that we know. The unlocked gun rack by the door. I learned how to shoot at the age of just 10, at tin cans on fences again and again.
My dad's patient coaching on safety and breath was a deeper lesson on life and on death.
Respect for the power and knowing the need is a quiet, shore, country kind of a creed. The unlocked gun rack by the door isn't asking for trouble or war. It's just a fact of life, like the plow or the hoe, a part of the rhythm of the life that we know. The unlocked gun rack by the door. Outsiders might see it and not understand the peace that it represents in this quiet land. It's not for the people, it's for the coyote's call, and it's always been there, hanging straight on the wall. The unlocked gun rack by the door isn't asking for trouble or war. It's just a fact of life, like the plow or the hoe, a part of the rhythm of the life that we know. The unlocked gun rack by the door. Gun rack, old wood so smooth, a simple, quiet truth. Paint's flaking off, but you still can just see the letters of Miller where the J used to be. The forgotten name on the mailbox by the old county road tells of a family that once here abode. They moved on to cities some 30 years back, leaving their initial in fading old black. The forgotten name on the mailbox remains through the sunshine and the rains. A ghost of a neighbor, a whisper of them, in the cycle of who lives here now and who did way back when. The forgotten paint over it every few years with our own. But the ghost of the miller still likes to be shown through the white of the new paint, a faint shadowy trace, like a memory refusing to leave this good place. I don't sand it all fully, I let it reside, a respectful companion on the roadside. The forgotten name on the mailbox remains through the sunshine and the rains. A ghost of a neighbor, a whisper of then, in the cycle of who lives here now and who did way back when. The forgotten name on the mailbox remains. We're all just a name on a box for a while, adding our chapter to this pastoral mile. Maybe the kindest thing those who come next can do is let a small part of our story shine through. The forgotten name on the mailbox remains through the sunshine and the rains. A ghost of a neighbor, a whisper of them, in the cycle of who lives here now and who did way back when. The forgotten name on the mailbox remains, the forgotten name, faint and true under the sky so blue.
Pantry shelves looking a little bit bare, just one glass soldier left in the cool morning air.
The last canning jar empty,
with its lid and its ring. Is a promise of summer, the very last thing from the bounty we put up when the garden was high. Now waiting for cherries and new strawberry pie.
the last canning jar empty on the shelf is a quiet reminder of ourselves, of the work that we did in the heat of the sun, preserving the goodness till the year was all done. The last canning jar empty on the shelf.
I take it down gently, wash the dust from its side, see the ghost of green beans 23 where the labels now die.
It chimes with the others as I place it in line.
Ready for picking of the new Concord grapevine. The cycle continues, the empty means more. than a full one could mean from some cold grocery store.
The last canning jar empty on the shelf is a quiet reminder of ourselves, of the work that we did in the heat of the sun, preserving the goodness till the year was all done. The last canning jar empty on the shelf. There's a satisfaction that can't be replaced in seeing that empty, clean, wide-mouthed space, knowing you'll fill it again with your own two hands, with the fruits of your love for these quiet, sweet lands. The last canning jar empty on the shelf is a quiet reminder of ourselves, of the work that we did in the heat of the sun, preserving the goodness till the year was all done. The last canning jar empty on the shelf.
Last jar clean, waiting bright for the summer's new light. You don't need a sign posted, everyone knows how the whole tiny system in this small town goes.
The unwritten rule of the diner
On a Tuesday at 8 is you give up your booth if you see someone wait.
who's older than you are, or burdened or slow.
It's just how things are done here, a respectful, soft flow.
The unwritten rule of the diner is kind.
It's a thread that you
Constantly find in the how are you doings, the coffee pot shared in the quiet assumption that everybody has care. The unwritten rule of the diner is kind. The waitress named Betty, she knows what you'll drink before you sit down at the chipped porcelain sink.
and she'll bring it with a smile and ask about your grandkid and stay for a while. If you're short on the money, you pay what you can. It's a living slow, gentle, and practical plan. The unwritten rule of the diner is kind. It's a thread that you constantly find in the how are you doings, the coffee pot shared in the quiet assumption that everybody has care. The unwritten rule of the diner is kind. In a world ruled by contracts and fine printed lines, this economy of
see constantly shines in a greasy spoon under a flickering neon light,
where humanity's doing just about right.
The unwritten rule of the diner is kind. It's a thread that you constantly find in the how are you doings, the coffee pot shared, in the quiet assumption that everybody has cared. The unwritten rule of the diner is kind.
Unwritten rules, soft and true, in a booth meant for two.
The loft is near empty, the bale's mostly gone. Fed out through the winter, from dusk until dawn. The fading scent of hay is a sweet, dusty ghost that lingers the longest, that matters the most. It smells of hot sunshine and long summer days, of cutting and raking in 1,000 ways. The fading scent of hay in the air is a tangible, fragrant prayer for seasons of labor, for growth and for yield, for the bounty provided by this weathered old field. The fading scent of hay in the air. I climb up the ladder and sit in the last light that slants through the cracks, painting motes golden bright. A swallow dips in through the open loft door, then back to the rafters and her young ones once more. I breathe deep the remnant, this essence of June, and know that new hay will be coming soon. The fading scent of hay in the air is a tangible, fragrant prayer for seasons of labor, for growth and for yield, for the bounty provided by this weathered old field. The fading scent of hay in the air. They make fancy perfumes in labs far away, but they can't capture this at the end of the day. This perfume of purpose, of life and of sweat, the best smell in the world that I know of yet. The fading scent of hay in the air is a tangible, fragrant prayer for seasons of labor, for growth and for yield, for the bounty provided by this weathered old
the fading scent of hay in the air. Hyacinth soft, almost gone, under the setting sun.
It's not on a map with a dotted red line, but my feet know it well, and the knowing is mine. The unmarked hunting trail through the thick of the brush is a quiet communion of familiar rush, of branches that part in a certain sure way, leading to a clearing at the break of the day. The unmarked hunting trail knows my tread and the quiet thoughts in my head. It's not always about hunting, it's about being alone with the creak of the trees and the pine cone soft drone. The unmarked hunting trail knows my tread. Sit on a stump that's been there for years and watch as the morning light slowly appears. A deer may step softly through the mist and the fern, a lesson in stillness that I've come to learn. The goal isn't pulling a trigger, you see, it's remembering who I was meant to be. Unmarked hunting trail knows my tread and the quiet thoughts in my head. It's not always about hunting, it's about being alone with the creak of the trees and the pine cone soft drone. The unmarked hunting trail knows my tread. We blaze so many trails for the whole world to see, but the ones that just wander mean the most to me. They don't lead to a summit with a panoramic view, but to a quiet small piece that feels ancient and true. The unmarked hunting trail knows my trail. Trail knows my tread. Unmarked trail, deep and dim, leading me back to him.
The fire has died to a deep glowing red. Just a single black lump on an ashy white bed holds the night's final heat, a companion for thoughts that are gentle and sweet. It pulses like embers from a heart underground, the very last warmth that is easily found. The last coal in the stove burns so slow, with a deep inner determined glow. It's not for the cooking, it's not for the light, just for keeping the spirit warm.
Open the door to the iron beast's maw and watch the faint shimmer with reverent awe. It winks like an eye from a prehistoric dream, a fossilized sun with a lingering beam. I'll bank it with ashes, and tomorrow I'll find its patient, slow burning has eased my mind. The last coal in the stove burns so slow, with a deep inner determined glow. It's not for the cooking, it's not for the light, just for keeping the spirit warm through the night. The last coal in the stove burns so slow. We've got central heating, we've got thermostats true, but they can't teach the lesson this old coal can do. Of endurance, of patience, of holding your fire, for the quiet, deep needs of the soul's own desire. The last coal in the stove burns so slow, with a deep inner determined glow. It's not for the cooking, it's not for the light, just for keeping the spirit warm through the night. The last coal in the stove burns so slow. Last coal glows deep and sure, a quiet, slow burning cure.
It doesn't care that the fastest way straight. It takes its own time, it decides its own fate. The unhurried river's bend is a wide, graceful arc through the cottonwood stands, leaving its mark on the sandbars and eddies, in a slow, patient art that soothes any hurry inside of my heart. The unhurried river's bend shows the way to live out a beautiful day, not fighting the landscape, but flowing along to the rhythm of nature's own patient song. The unhurried river's bend shows the way. I put in my canoe at the right full upstream and let the current fulfill my most lazy dream of going precisely where the water decides, with the banks as my guides and the sky open and wide. Around every curve is a new peaceful scene, a gallery painted in shimmering green. The unhurried river's bend shows
to push and to strive, but the river gets there and it makes us feel more alive. By accepting the contours, by trusting the flow, and understanding that sometimes the long way is slow and right. The unhurried river's bend shows the way to live out a beautiful day, not fighting the landscape, but flowing along to the rhythm of nature's own patient song. The unhurried river's bend shows the way. River bends wide and deep, promises to keep.
The lamp is turned off and the cover's pulled high. No need for a word 'neath the vast starry sky. The unspoken goodnight is a touch on the arm, a warmth in the darkness, a quiet sure charm. Your breathing grows deeper, a rhythm I know, as I watch the moon's path on the floor, soft and slow. The unspoken goodnight says it all, as the evening shadows fall. It's a language of comfort, of trust and of peace, where all of the daily commotions find their release. The unspoken goodnight says it all. A sigh of contentment, a shift on the sheet, the feeling of togetherness, tender and sweet. The dog at the foot of the bed gives a thump as he settles his own furry, comfortable lump. No sweet dreams are needed, the silence will do to say everything, darling, between me and you. The unspoken goodnight says it all, as the evening shadows fall. It's a language of comfort, of trust and of peace, where all of the daily commotions find their release. The unspoken goodnight says it all. After decades of living and loving this way, some things don't need voicing at the end of the day. They're woven in closeness, in knowing and grace, in the look on your face, in this quiet dark space. The unspoken goodnight says it all, as the evening shadows fall. It's a language of comfort, of trust and of peace,
where all of the daily commotions find their release. The unspoken good night says it all. Good night, silent, deep and true, as I fall asleep with you.